On the second night of a back-to-back, the Warriors played a tough road game against the Houston Rockets. With a short roster, it was the second-year guard in Brandin Podziemski who brought consistent effort on both ends of the court, scoring in a variety of ways and impacting the game all around. Podz has been playing with the increased aggressiveness since returning from injury, so let's break down his performance. Podz has been a much better defender since coming back from injury, making the right reads and often getting his hands on the right plays. On the brush screen by Holiday for Jalen Green, the Warriors screw this up by not switching, giving Green a free lane to the drive to the basket. Shout out Draymond Green for having a solid defensive game like always, for rotating from the weak side low man and having the great backup in Jimmy Butler focus on the two weak side Rockets. This hesitates Green on this drive just enough to show the ball in a vulnerable position where Podz is able to use his hand to get the solid steal. The Warriors have definitely looked like a different animal defensively with Jimmy Butler. On another high pick and roll for Jalen Green, Golden State decides to ice this to the sidelines, forcing the ball out of the ball handler and instead to Steven Adams to make a decision. Guy Santos rotates over the help super early and does a great job sliding his feet with his hand up to force the big man into an uncomfortable situation by putting the ball on the ground. Podz makes a brilliant play by peel switching to Santos' original man just in time to read this bad pass by Adams, and successfully plays the passing lane and into a nice fast break bucket. Great team defense here. Podziemski isn't particularly great at anything, but I feel like his ceiling is an overall well-rounded solid starter. His three-point shot is just good enough to get Adams to bite, but he does have a unique skill of decelerating and pulling his patent Pinoy step to get the defender in the air before drawing a foul. Somehow, Jimmy Butler directs traffic on this play and points to the weak side for a play for Podz out of all people. Santos cuts first and then Looney sets the pin down. Holiday does a poor job finding through the screen and gets stuck, allowing Podziemski to attack off the catch and curl to the lane. Steven Adams is a big man first and foremost and will almost always play drop coverage, but I've seen enough NBA defenses where they will live with Podz driving into the lane and pulling up for mid-range. This is a high quality look for him, and I believe this will be the next evolution for him as a basketball player. Another part of his growth is his ability to catch and shoot. If Podz could turn into any semblance of a solid catch and shoot three-point shooter, that would bring the Warriors offense into a different level. On dribble handoff actions, Houston defenders will game plan to go under the screen, so Podz's ability to read this and fire off from downtown in a consistent manner can further make him a much more lethal offensive weapon. The better the catch and shoot ability, the more the defense will have to close out on his shots, giving him another look. Jimmy Butler has given Golden State a much needed inside score. I mean, look at all the gravity he has. Both Rockets defenders game plan to leave their guys and triple team in the paint, allowing Butler for this kick out pass and for Podz to attack the closeout and get dribble penetration. Podziemski is not the tallest or most athletic player, so this type of finesse floater off the glass is a skill shot to have in his arsenal. With a few shots going down, now Podz is feeling himself. He brings the ball up and gets an on-ball pick from Butler. For some reason, Shepard is treating him like a shooter and decides to fight over the screen, giving Podz an opportunity to put the smaller defender in jail. Now Podziemski has the option to drive and penetrate, but actually surprisingly pulls a confident step-back dribble into a three-pointer. If you're the defense, you're going to live with this type of shot, but Podz has been shooting extremely confidently since his return from injury. Podziemski has a small reputation of playing for stats, sometimes hunting for rebounds and passing lanes. When it succeeds, it looks good, just like this example. Thompson makes a poor decision of going 1-on-4 on this fast break attempt, picking up his dribble on arguably the greatest defender of this generation and having to make a decision midair. He realizes that he would not get a good look off, and these are the passing lanes that Podz should look for, where Thompson makes a bad decision to kick it out to Brooks, but executes a really soft pass. Podziemski reads the lane and ends up with all of Houston sucked into Curry's gravity, leaving Jimmy Butler wide open under the rim for the layup. Golden State played really good team defense last night. Here on the dribble handoff, Şengün sets the pick for Brooks to attack with his weak left hand. If you're the Rockets, this is not exactly a great offensive option, and the Warriors have the defensive identity of helping a lot. You can see Draymond slide over the help, while Podziemski also leaves his man in Thompson, who's a non-shooter. This forces Brooks to pick up his dribble and makes another decision midair, where he tosses what should have been an alley-oop into a steal for Podz. Way to get in your hands in the passing lane. Like I said, Podz is not the most athletic or shifty player, but he seems to be in a much better rhythm offensively recently. Most of his plays, I'm holding my breath until something magical happens. Like this play on the fast break, he goes 1-on-3. There's not much reason to attack here, but I guess Podz was again feeling himself on trying to decelerate and hoping to get bumped from behind, before going for a reverse Euro step left-hand scoop layup. It does go in, but I'm not super ecstatic with this type of shot. Houston predictably comes back roaring because the Warriors are incapable of holding a double-digit lead ever. Podziemski runs a chase action with Looney, and Green understandably goes under the screen, encouraging Podz to shoot. I mean, if this is not the most classic Podz play, then I don't know what is. He shot fakes and somehow gets the old-ass Green to bite, then attacks the closeout and get dribble penetration. Londale gets surprised and has to switch late, but Podz does his classic look at the basket and pretend to shoot, then Euro step to trick the defender and gets the left hook shot to go. I can't lie, it looks great when it works. Podziemski's defense has also gotten significantly better. On a fast break, he's able to recognize that Draymond and Moody has it covered before closing out to the perimeter and sliding his feet well to prevent the dribble penetration. Jimmy Butler smartly comes to aggressively double team the much smaller Holiday, and both of them gets their hand involved before eventually Podz comes up with a big steal down the stretch. Then he dribbles and gets fouled, but these are winning plays. There you guys have it. The Warriors face a Western Conference hopeful but kept their number on the Houston Rockets, as they've generally done in the last few seasons. Brandin Podziemski played a team-high 39 minutes on the second night of a back-to-back, showing an all-around effort with 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 1 block. Podz has looked a lot more confident handling the ball, shooting long-range shots, and generally playing with a lot more poise, while making great reads on the defensive end and making his presence felt. It's been 9 days since the beginning of the season, and it seems like his time out has been productive mentally and physically for him. Steve Kerr obviously loves him and always seems to play him, so at least he's putting up decent numbers. It's been a solid 3-1 record with Jimmy Butler in the lineup, so shout out to Podz and the rest of the team for heading into the All-Star break with good momentum. See you guys in a week, so if you guys like this breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.